Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Ben, also known as Big Spash, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this house behind me step by step. So here we go, check it out. So with all these blocks being added in the 1.16 update for Minecraft, I'm like, you know what? I've seen a lot of people make their own houses in the Nether, and I'm like, I want to check this out. I want to make a tutorial and show you guys how to make this awesome house inside of Minecraft. So when looking at all the new blocks, I couldn't add every single one of them into it, but I tried to include almost all of them, and I think it turned out super cool. And you know, I'm going to show you probably the easiest way to build this, and yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, so hopping over to the actual build area, you're going to need an 11 by 23 block area. Every single thing should fit inside this area, which honestly isn't too bad. You know, just go to a forest, clear out an area, and yeah, 11 by 13. Next, this is every single block I used throughout the build. You will need no more, no less than this. If you just want to pause the video and look at all my items, this is everything you will need to make this house. Alright, and finally, it's time to start building. So, to start, grab the 3 nether brick blocks right here and make your way to the far side corner of the building arena. Once you're at this corner, it's pretty important that you line this up correctly, or else you're going to run out of room. So what you're going to want to do is leave a 1 block gap right here on the edge and make a 3 block triangle right here, followed by 2 blocks and another 3 blocks. Then from there, you're just going to fill this square out and continue that same pattern all the way around until you have a square that looks something like this. Now what you're going to want to do is leave a 2 block gap, place a block, another 2 block gap, and 2 blocks like that. Now what you're doing here is basically copying this right back over to here. So what you're going to do is do another 3 blocks and then follow the pattern all the way around until you end up with a square just like you had. Alright, now that you have that completed, you should have no gap along this side, and you should have a 2 block gap right here. So now, following this, you're going to want to start building up the left side. We're going to start with the left side and make our way over to the right side, which is the house portion. So what you're going to want to do is place 2 blocks on each one of these blocks that are on the ground currently. Once you've done that, you should be looking at something that looks like this, and it should only be 3 blocks high. Now, grab the corner and go up by 4 blocks on each corner block that has 3. So once you've done that, it should be looking like this, and all we're gonna do is just connect these up so they look a little better. And from here, what you're gonna wanna do is now come down here and connect these also. So now that all this is completed, it should look exactly like I'm doing right here. And all we're gonna do is make that little bridge portion real quick. So just come up, build this block all the way up, and connect it to the side, just like that. You can also do the same to the other side for now, but we're not gonna get into this side just quite yet. Okay, from here, now we're gonna move to the nether brick stairs. So what you're gonna wanna do is just delete these top portions and replace them all with the stairs. So after you've done that, this main portion of the nether brick is basically done on this side. So what we're going to do, just hop over here, do the exact same thing, place 2 blocks on each one of these blocks that are already laid out. And then all we're going to do is kind of just get this base portion done for this side, even though we're going to work on this portion of the build. This is the fortress part, and then that leads over to the house. So all we're gonna do now is just delete those, replace them with stairs, and we're gonna be done with the nether brick for right now. And I almost forgot, after adding the stairs to this side, don't forget to connect the bottom portion of this part. And the last and final thing you're gonna want to do with this nether brick is just come over here, grab a stair, and place it under the bridge portion of the bridge. So now that you have this part completed, what you're going to want to do is head back over to your items and grab these 3 warped blocks, another nether brick stair, and then these 3 crimson blocks. And all we're gonna do is just kind of fill this in. This part shouldn't be too bad at all. So what you're gonna want to do is grab the warped stair and place it upside down on top of the nether brick, just like this. All right, next we're just gonna do the same thing on every single side to make something that looks exactly like this. And don't forget these two on the bridge side. So now that you have that completed, go around and take another stair and place it upright on each single one. So now that we're done with this portion of it, we're gonna work on the bridge. So what you're gonna wanna do is the exact same thing. Place an upside down stair on each side of the bridge, and then a top one on both of those. Grab the wooden slab and then connect these up to finish off the bridge. All right, so now that you're done with all the stairs and slabs, grab the warped log and come over to one of the sides and build up 3 on each side, and make sure they're facing, you know, the same direction. And then just grab the crimson fence and fill it in. And like I said, make sure to do this on every single side. So once you're done with that, it should be really taking shape right now. It should be looking something like this, you know, all sides completed. And then what you're going to want to do is grab this crimson nylium. I forgot how to say this name. Well, what you're going to want to do is just fill in this top square with that. And then grab your nether brick stair. And this is kind of tricky, so I like to just place one in the middle. And then make sure it's facing upside down on each one, because this is going to be that fire pillar that is seen in the very beginning. Alright, so once you're done with that, hop over here, destroy this far side corner block, hop inside, and make sure to grab the crimson planks and fill the bottom portion in. And then like once that's done, you know, just kind of fill this whole portion in with the wood planks, making sure it's level with the fences. And then just come around back out to the outside and fill in the gaps with the crimson fences. So now that all of these are completely filled on every single side, go over, grab your crimson trapdoor and place it in that corner. Alright, so the last and final thing to do with this portion of the build is go ahead, grab your soul soil, hop over here to the fire pillar and light it up. Now with that, I'm going to do a little flyby. This is exactly what you should come out with. This portion of the build is completed. You know, you got your little trapdoor going down into the deep part of the fortress. And then you got your bridge going over. So now we're going to start to work on the house portion, which I think is the coolest portion. So what you're going to want to do is just go ahead, grab that crimson stem, and then place 4 tall on each corner. And all we're going to do is basically the same thing, because after we get these 4 completed, what we're going to do is just cross these over and connect them. So now that these are, you know, connected, it should line up perfectly with the bridge. And all you're going to want to do is place another 4 tall on the pillars that you've already had placed. Now that there's 4 tall on those 4, what you're going to do is the exact same thing, is connect these all up. So once you have that completed, what you're going to want to do is come around to the middle part and add a block layer sticking out just like this on each one of the corners. Next, what you're going to want to do is come up and only on the front 2 facing sides is do a block layer that looks like this, sticking out 2 blocks, and then so it should look like 2 and then 1, and you're gonna come over here and do the exact same thing. So it should just look like 2 1 2 1. So now that that is, you know, completed, what we're gonna want to do is start to work on the roof real quick, which honestly isn't too hard. So all you're gonna do is just go back, grab the nether brick blocks, come over here, and what you're going to want to do is start to build on this first block that sits out. And you're just going to place a stair, then you're going to place a block with a stair on top of it. Do the exact same thing on the other side. And then what you're going to want to do is do the exact same thing. So build out 1, up 1, delete. So you're going to have a block, a stair, and you're going to do the exact same thing. So delete, block, stair. And then all we're going to do to finish this top part off is the exact same thing. Once again, block, place another one, delete it, and then come over here, 1 more block, and then stair. So at the top, there needs to be 2 blocks and a stair facing outward. Once you have that done, I mean, from here, it's smooth sailing. So all you're gonna wanna do is do this exact same thing on the other side. So once you've mirrored this on the other side, all you're gonna wanna do is grab your stair and connect both sides. And then from here, what we're gonna wanna do is grab your slab and do the exact same thing to the top, except make sure you go down to the second block on the top, leaving a 1 block gap, and just connect that over. So after that's done, we're just gonna go ahead and fill this in. Grab these 4 blocks, the warp stair, the planks, the slab, and then the crimson fence. So then all we're gonna wanna do is just completely fill this in. So where there's a block, fill it in with the warped block, and then where there's a stair, fill it in with the stairs. So it should start to look something like this. Now all we're gonna wanna do is go 1 in on each side, place a slab, then come back, delete the stair, build up 2 slabs on top of that, grab your crimson fence, and place it just like this. Now, once that's done, you're just gonna do this exact same thing on the other side, and your roof is gonna be complete. After the roof is done, filling this in is honestly quite easy. So what you're gonna wanna do on every single side is build up the crimson planks to look exactly like this. And what you're gonna wanna do is just fill this whole entire building up, every single side. After that's done, it should be starting to, really come to shape. And all you're gonna do is come over here, grab the crimson stripped log, and don't forget to fill in this top portion. So all you're gonna wanna do is fill it in like this. So 2 blocks on each side, and then a block coming down. So this is what it should look like towards the end. And don't forget to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I know I said that we're basically done with the nether brick, but I kind of wanted to wait to do this until the very end portion of this bottom part. So what we're gonna do is basically just the stairs leading up actually into the house. And remember, like I said earlier, you want a 2 block gap on this side just to make sure everything fits inside the 11 by 13 blocks. So all you're gonna do is just destroy what you had and place 2 blocks to the right of the door, and then grab your stairs, place those just like that. And then from here, all you're gonna wanna do is build up 2 blocks and then 2 blocks over, and make sure to do that on this side as well. So now that this portion is done, all you're gonna wanna do is grab the plank and the crimson fence and hop inside and fill all of these gaps. But on this one, make sure that you leave a block below each window. So now that that's done, it should look like this. All you're gonna wanna do is hop around on the outside, and just like the other one, come over here and fill in each gap with the fence. And then all we gotta do on this one, it's not too tricky. Go ahead, grab a stair and place it right here at the beginning, and then just fill this in with planks until you get to the second place where you're gonna place another stair. So it should just look like a little lead up. It shouldn't be too complicated. Just walk right up here, and this is what it should look like. Last and certainly not least, just fill this last portion in with the fences. Now, this is probably my favorite part, is actually decorating what we have. So all we're gonna wanna do is just, come over here. We're gonna do this bottom part first, which is honestly pretty easy. So you just kind of grab your nether brick stair and place it so they connect like this. You don't want it going all the way across. You wanna have these little gaps. And then what we're gonna do is just grab the blue trap door and place it like this. Now we're just gonna continue that on each one of these bottom sides, just like so, and place the trapdoors above. So now that you have these 3 on each side, all you're gonna wanna do for the door is place 2 warped fences right between that. Go ahead, grab your crimson stair, place it upside down, and then go inside the build, grab the warp door, and place it just like this. Now that that's done, the last thing you have to do for decorating this bottom portion is just fill this in with the blue glass, and yeah, this bottom portion should be completed. The top portion of this is definitely a lot easier, so all we're gonna wanna do is grab your warped button from over here and just place 3 across on each one of these sides. And then after that's completed, all you're gonna wanna do is grab your warp stair and place it upside down on each one of these windows. Now, I forgot to mention, you're going to want to grab another nether brick stair, and to finish off the roofing, which I'm so sorry, I completely forgot, go upside down on each one of these sides and upside down right here. Don't forget to do it on this side also. And then once that's done, just grab your stained glass and fill in the top window and the bottom window. Now that the windows are filled in, go ahead, grab your stair and place one stair at the peak of this roof and then one stair on the other side of this roof. Now, the only thing to do left with this top part, this is honestly way easier than this bottom part, but honestly, they're not too hard, is what you're gonna wanna do is grab another slab, place it so it looks like a full block connecting to the doorway, and then just grab a warp fence and bring that all the way up. Next, delete this block right here, place it upside down stairs, and then what you're gonna wanna do is go inside and place a door just like that. So the last and final thing to do for the decoration for this outside, which I think it's starting to look so good, is just grab your chain, drop it down one, and then place your lanterns. And then all you're gonna wanna do for this bottom part is do the exact same thing, except don't use any chains, just use the lanterns. And once you have that completed, just go to the other side and do the exact same thing. So I kind of skipped over this part just because I feel like torches can be a personal preference thing. You honestly don't have to have any torches to this and it would look completely fine. But on mine, I definitely like to add a little torches to mine because these blue torches are just so cool. It's probably one of my favorite items to be added in this new 1.16 update. But all you're gonna wanna do is I just place 2 torches in front of my doorway. Then I go to the bridge and I'm just gonna place 2 torches here also, and then go around exactly on this level that's 1 block down and place torches all around this fortress part. Again, the torches are completely optional, but with that, the exterior is now completely done and I think it looks so cool. But wait, we're not quite done yet. We have one more thing to do. So what you're gonna wanna do is hop over here and go inside the door and fill this out with that stripped log, leaving a corner right here. And instead of using a ladder, I thought that'd be really cool if I use this new vine, these twisting vines as the ladder. So and it's cool because you can place this on any type of block. So I just use this as my ladder to go up and down, and I place it in the corner just like that. So now that that's completed, you can use, you're on the bottom level and now you can just use this vine to get all the way up and down, which I think is so cool. It's way cooler than using ladders. But unfortunately, on this part, I tried to use the twisting vines, but you actually can't use the twisting vines to go through a trap door, which I think is kind of stinks, but that's okay. So all I'm gonna do is just hop in here and place my ladder going up like normal. And now this fortress is now complete. So here you have it. This is the completed house inside of the Nether, and I think it just looks so cool, and this is all personal preference. If you want to add different decorations, do that. If you want to add different doors, different interior, because I didn't go too much into the interior, I'm leaving that completely up to you guys. But yeah, I mean, if you want to mix and match, this is just an awesome outline that I have built for you guys. And you know what, I had so much fun building this, and I really hope you guys enjoy it, and you can take some creative ideas out of this. So all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you some inspiration to build. I hope it wasn't too complicated. I tried to go as slow as I could while being technical and still trying to make it easy to build. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. Comment down below what you want me to build next. And as always, subscribe. My name is Ben, also known as Big Spash, and I'll see you guys next time.